Let's go.
And a very pleasant good afternoon, volleyball fans. Western Washington University and the NCAA welcome you to WECU Court at Carver Gym for the 2022 NCAA Volleyball West Regional. Our first match of the afternoon features the designated visiting team on the scoreboard, the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes, and today's designated home team, the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. Before the introduction of today's lineups, we ask everybody who is able to please stand and to remove their hats as we honor our country with the performance of our national anthem. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Now, ladies and gentlemen, let's meet the two teams participating in this afternoon's first quarterfinal match. Introducing first the reserve players for the designated visiting team, the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes. Number 1, Hayden Hayes. Number 3, Taylor Tress. Number 8, Asia Clark. Number 10, Anna Schatz. Number 13, Abby Clark. Number 14, Alexandra Lyon. Number 16, Kylie Thomas. Number 17, Sydney McNeil. And number 40, Taryn King. Now let's meet the starters for the Oats. The starting libero is a 5'7" senior from Fontana, California. Number 2, McKenna Overby. Starting at setter, a 6' junior from Murrieta, California. Number 4, Marley Nunley. Starting at middle blocker, a 5'11" senior from Eastvale, California. Number 7, Lydia Moro-Hanfola. Starting at outside hitter, a 6' sophomore from Tucson, Arizona. Number 9, Ashley Robinson. Starting at outside hitter, a 5'9" sophomore from Rialto, California. Number 11, Samantha Hoffman. Starting at middle blocker, a 6'2" junior from Rialto, California. Number 12, Jenna Patton. And starting at outside hitter, a 5'9" senior from La Paz, Mexico. Number 24, Melissa Garciglia. Assistant coaches for the Oats, Danny Scott, Kelsey Tolan, and Robert Van Zant. The head coach in her 32nd year, Kim Chernus. And now let's meet the reserve players for this afternoon's designated home team, the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos. Number 2, Mackenzie Sullivan. Number 3, Jenna O'Shea. Number 5, Deani Zhao. Number 7, Casey Bolding. Number 8, Sydney Migo. Number 9, Emmeline Hudson. Number 10, Sophie Beeler. Number 12, Giselle Vogel. Number 13, Ruki Kennedy. Number 17, Hannah Schneider. And number 20, Helen McMullen. And now let's meet the starters for the Broncos. Starting at middle blocker, a 5'11" junior from Bakersfield, California. Number 1, Caitlin Tucker. Starting at opposite, a 6' junior from Rancho Cucamonga, California. Number 4, Daisy Duke. Starting at outside hitter, a 5'11" sophomore from Aurora, Colorado. Number 11, Samantha Campion. Starting outside hitter, a 6' sophomore from Lancaster, California. Number 15, Madison Novak. Starting at setter, a 5'11" sophomore from San Clemente, California. Number 16, Katie Mueller. The starting libero is a 5'8" sophomore from Riverside, California, number 19, Avery Percival. And starting at middle blocker, a 6'2" senior from Moreno Valley, California, number 21, Aaron McFarland. Assistant coaches for the Broncos, Jimmy Lowe and Zoe Herrera. The head coach in her 4th year, Tracy Dahl. A positive game environment is an essential part of the NCAA championships experience. Reading today's game environment statement, and please come to midcourt at the scorer's table to read it. For Cal Poly Pomona is Anna Schatz, and for Cal State Bernardino, Caitlin Tucker.
Welcome to today's match between the Cal Poly Pomona Broncos and the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes. We see this volleyball court as an extension of our classroom environment where we learn dignity and respect for others.
Today we ask for your enthusiastic support of your team. We also ask that you support the student athletes from both institutions by honoring our request to treat all fans, officials, coaches, and student athletes with respect. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Anna Schatz and Caitlin Tucker. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder that the NCAA promotes good sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators. We request your cooperation in supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial or sexist comments, or other intimidating actions directed to student athletes, coaches, officials, or other team personnel will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the arena. We appreciate your cooperation in creating a safe and positive game environment. Respect, it's the name of the game.
Zen Hill. First match underway here. We got Cal Poly Pomona 23-5. The Broncos coming in here as a 4 seed. Cal State San Bernardino coming in as a 5 seed. The Coyotes are 20-6. Zen Hill right over here. Let's go over some stats over both teams.
Both these teams have met each other, of course, earlier in the season. They're both members of the CCAA conference. We saw them match up most recently in the CCAA tournament game, which was the semifinals. Of course, the Broncos went on to win that on the tails of Daisy Duke with their 19 kills in there. But the Coyotes historically have been the better team versus these two. It was the first time that they hadn't made it to that title championship game for them. Looking at Cal Poly Pomona, they are tied in the regular season. They came into the bracket as the number 3 seed, and then they won their conference's first program tournament. Broncos are coming in this game with a 6-match winning streak, including a 5-0 mark in November. It's their second consecutive tournament, and only their 3rd appearance in the last 13 seasons. 18th appearance overall. So as of late, haven't been as successful in making it to the tournament, but they find themselves in the game here today.
And the first serve underway here. We're starting this first match 3 days as that one is out. So Cal Poly Pomona is on the board now, up 1-0.
And historically, their opponent, Cal State San Bernardino, they made it to 22 consecutive NCAA Division II tournament appearances. Dates back to the season of 2000.
Cal State San Bernardino hosting last West Regional Final. That one was won by Western Washington University en route to a Final Four appearance. They will be playing later tonight at 7:30 p.m. Cal Poly Pomona now up 2-0 early. Katie Mueller with the serve. Cal State San Bernardino on the board now. They're down 1.
So San Bernardino, when these last two teams met, Pomona did a great job holding their hitting percentage low. They had a .54 in one of the sets, and overall, the Pomona Broncos just out-hit, and San Bernardino needs to get on track.
On the attack, and that's good defense already. Good blocking at the net by Poly Pomona. A little bit of miscommunication there. Out of system play on the attack, and that's great placement. Ashley Robinson, the sophomore from Tucson, with the kill. We're tied here at 2.
And the Coyotes, of course, have been a really dynasty program. They've had at least 20 wins every season since 1997. Hosted the regional 11 times, winning 8 West Region titles since then.
And that's a block at the net. That one goes wide. No deflection there. Actually, they are going to call a deflection, so point Cal Poly Pomona. They're up 1.
A little bit of confusion from both sides. Going back to what I was mentioning about the Coyotes, back in 2019, they went undefeated, 33-0. They went on to win the national title that year. They have returners on this team as well from that squad. Number 7, Lydia Marwohan-Fola. Number 4, Marley Nunley. Number 8, Asia Clark, all returners from that 2019 team. They find themselves on the court here today in another West Regional.
And there's going to be a challenge on that last play. Cal Poly Pomona with a call on the court that it went out, but with the deflection, if the call stands, Cal Poly Pomona will retain the point. But if there's no deflection on that last play, Cal State San Bernardino will take the point up 3-2. Kind of an early part of the game to use your challenge, but momentum is everything. Very short challenge here. Let's see what happens. And the call is being reversed, so Cal State San Bernardino gets the point.
And I think something that they're taking into account here, of course, the Coyotes, Cal State San Bernardino, is that they don't want to fall behind early against Pomona. Pomona has, the most recent match win on them, so they have that slight edge.
And they're going to replay that point. Savannah Hoffman, a little eager there with the serve. She's going to serve again, so that last serve, we're going to replay that one. Already a successful challenge. Something we have here at Weeku Court, as Cal Poly Pomona ties it at 3, is the replay system, something that we've had here at Western Washington University for a few years now, but the last time the Vikings hosted back in 2018, the replay system was not available for all conferences, so it was not used. As that one goes out, Cal Poly Pomona is up 4-3.
And looking at the history between these two teams all time, it's usually been San Bernardino having the advantage with a 27-46, 27 wins to Pomona, that is.
Cal Poly Pomona ties it at 4 now. You can see on this replay, on the attack, Ashley Robinson, the sophomore, sends it through. Jenna Patton, the junior, is going to serve for Cal Poly Pomona. Sorry, Cal State San Bernardino, rather. When you have the CCAA, there's a lot of California schools here.
And right there with the assist was Katie Mueller. You mentioned the CCAA. She's the CCAA Newcomer of the Year with her 10.32 assists per set, giving her second in the conference. She had 43 assists in the title game where they won their conference postseason tournament.
Broncos with the serve. On the attack, and that's good defense at the net. On the attack, dug out. Cross court. Another good block at the net. Behind the line. Out of system play. Sent through, but again, another good dig by both teams. Great defense. Another out of system play. Bump set. Good rally by both teams. Dumps it over. And a great job. Marley Nunley, the junior, with the dump, We are tied here at 5.
Yeah, and Marley Nunley, who's known for, dishing out the assist, her 8.62 per set is 3rd in her conference. Right there, finds herself getting the kill.
She's going to serve here. Cross court on the attack. Samantha Campion, the sophomore from Aurora, Colorado, with the kill. Broncos up 6-5. Tapped over. Another good dig. Another out-of-system play. As that one goes long. So the tough part for Katie Mueller being the one getting the digs, being the setter, a lot of out-of-system plays, tends to get the Broncos out of sync, but they are 23-5 for a reason, knowing how to adjust in those sort of plays. On the attack, great at the net. And a great job by Savannah Hoffman to hit the corner. Cal State San Bernardino up 7-6 as their bench does the can-can.
And something interesting about these two teams, of course, Pomona comes into this game ranked 4 in the West, Bernardino 5. But nationally, Cal State San Bernardino is ranked 16th while Pomona is ranked 20th.
And that tends to happen from time to time with regional rankings compared to national rankings, as that block goes out of bounds and we're tied here at 7. Fun fact from 2018 championship match, and actually just for the tournament in general, saw the Vikings, Western Washington, face Cal State San Bernardino. Western Washington that is, was ranked number 1 in the region, thus hosting the tournament. Cal State San Bernardino was ranked 2nd in the region, and yet Cal State San Bernardino was ranked number 1 in the nation, where the Vikings were ranked number 2. So that tends to happen from time to time. So that's why you'll see that. But regional rankings trump the coaches' poll. Although they're always pretty similar. Behind the line, deflected, and out. So the Broncos tie it up here at 8.
And right there was Daisy Duke. She's the CCAA Offensive Player of the Year. She won the postseason tournament MVP. She led the conference in kills per set at 4.5. Also was 2nd in hitting percentage out of 354.
He's Daisy Duke, the junior from Rancho Cucamonga. 2 straight points by the Broncos. They're up 9-8 now.
And that was Madison Novak right there. Member of the all-tournament team for the season, had 3.15 kills per set, giving her 4th in the conference rankings.
On the attack, and that's dug out by the Broncos. Great dig by Avery Percival. And a pancake on it. Dumped over, another pancake, 2 straight pancakes. But Cal State San Bernardino comes out on top with that rally.
And what great effort by both sides. Sticking together in that long set right there, but Cal State San Bernardino beats it out with Jenna Patton on the attack. She's got 184 kills on the year.
Melissa Garcia with the serve. That's got to be incredibly difficult as an official when someone does a pancake. As Cal State San Bernardino now goes up 1. How did they end up seeing that? It looks like just a bounce off the court, but not a lot of argument from either side when both of those pancakes happen.
Yeah, it doesn't help either when, like, your hands are basically blending into the color of the court, too. You just cannot see anything. You can't tell if it's going off them, and, I mean, I guess you take the bounce and see if it looks like it bounced off a hard surface or a hand, but not sure how they do it.
And that's a great dig by the Broncos. That was Samantha Campion on the dig. And that's how she's going to save the point. Great job. And great hustle, as you could see on the replay. A diving dig. Living another day. And then it was also tapped over. by Madison Novak. We are tied here at 10, and Zen, neither team has really gone on a run.
No, I mean, it's a 4-5 matchup. This is what you expect from two really even teams. Especially they're familiar with each other being in the same conference, so this is going to be a well-oiled match where both head coaches are going to be planning, strategizing, and they're going to keep it close, I see.
11-10 on the ace by Katie Mueller, the sophomore. But after the ace, there's a serving error. Take the good with the bad. We're tied here at 11, and regional rankings are determined, and it does not take into account who's in which conference, so you could face your same conference opponent in the first match, just like here. And that's a great attempt by Cal State San Bernardino, but Cal Poly Pomona puts it through. They're up 12-11. That was Daisy Duke with the kill. Coyotes bounce back. No team able to get a run here, just like mentioned earlier. We're tied here at 12, and already match number 1 in this 2022 regional tournament, living up to the expectations of a 4-5 matchup. On the attack, Daisy Duke sends it through.
And like you were saying, we made this point of it being a close matchup. Looking back at their matchup in the postseason most recently, first set only decided by 3 points at 25-22. Second one was more dominantly taken over by Cal Poly Pomona, winning by 11. But the last 2 sets, 25-21 and 25-23, Pomona winning those. But close sets, so it could have gone either way.
And Cal Poly Pomona takes a 2-point lead now. Largest lead since 2-0. That was an ace by Jenna O'Shea. Another ace by Jenna O'Shea.
And they had 13 service aces the last time these two teams met. Pomona dominated on the serve, and that had to be what gave them the edge as they were able to move on.
Another good serve at the net, but a great job. Lydia Moro Hunforla.
Yeah, she's the star of this offense. I mean, she ranks 5th in the entire nation in hitting percentage for Division II. 208 kills at 2.75 a set. Incredibly efficient for her volume.
Out of system play here. On the attack, Ashley Robinson, but that one was dug out. Some more good defense. Tapped over, middle of the court. On the attack, and it's sent through. Daisy Duke again. Cal Poly Pomona up 16-13.
Daisy Duke continuing the hot streak that she's been on in the CCAA postseason tournament. She had 59 kills through 3 tournament matches. That's almost 20 per match. She's got a career best 409 kills on the entire season, which is a new single season record for her program.
And that one was sent through. Cal Poly Pomona now only up 2. Moro Hunfola with the kill. That's 2 for her. Asia Clark now serving it, the redshirt senior. Tapped over. On the attack. Sent through. That's incredibly hard to defend. Savannah Hoffman, the sophomore, with the kill. 2 straight points by the Coyotes, and they're only down 1. But a service error by Asia Clark. So Cal Poly Pomona now up 2 again.
So I keep bringing it up, but that tournament matchup between these two teams, 16 ties, 8 lead changes. So these teams are very evenly matched.
Samantha Campion on the kill, actually serve rather. Bumped over, cross court, Hoffman, that one dug out again, but right at the net. 17-16, Cal Poly Pomona, 1-point lead. McKenna Overby now, the senior from Fontana, California. And if you recognize that name, it's because she's a transfer from Alaska Fairbanks. Deflected. On the attack, and that's a great job at the net by Cal State San Bernardino. Jenna Patton alongside Garciglia. Sent through. So Madison Novak gets the kill. Cal Poly Pomona up 18-17. You can see on this replay, cross court. That was great defense by Cal State San Bernardino on a couple plays prior. On the attack, right in the middle of the court. Garciglia, the senior, ties it up at 18.
And so far, Cal State San Bernardino just hasn't been able to go on any big runs, and Cal Poly Pomona has had the 1-point or 2-point edge so far, though it has been back and forth. It seems like they're always in front. They have a chance to get it going in the back half of the set.
Good serve, but good reaction and great job by the Broncos. Katie Mueller now serving it for the Broncos.
Saw Savannah Hoffman there trying to keep it alive. She's usually an offensive piece. Messing up on the defense there.
Tough serve as it goes right into the net, and we're tied here at 19. Ashley Robinson back in the game now for Asia Clark. Cal State San Bernardino. Savannah Hoffman is going to serve. Sends it through. Deflected and on the way for good defense, but Cal State San Bernardino sends it through. That was Jenna Patton. And now the Coyotes have a 1-point advantage. Abby Clark, the freshman from Oswego, Illinois. My friend would get very upset with me for calling it Illinois. Sent through, and that's good dig. Tapped over by Duke. On the offensive. Set to the corner. And a great rally by both teams here. Duke on the approach. And a great job as that one is out. But a great reaction by Duke right there, but it goes out of bounds. But Cal State San Bernardino is going to take a 2-point advantage into the timeout. We're going to keep things here. Match number 1 here at the 2022 West Regional Championship here in Bellingham, Washington at Weeku Court. So far, so good as far as good matches are concerned. 21-19, Cal State San Bernardino with the 2-point advantage. And Zen, Cal Poly Pomona has kind of had the advantage. They haven't necessarily dominated, but until recently they clung to about a 1 or 2 point lead for most of the first set.
Yeah, neither team really getting out to a extensive lead, and I think right here you kind of see Cal State San Bernardino building the momentum, and that's why Cal Poly is going to take the timeout to try and halt that so they can battle it back here. This season, the CCAA conference plays 4 teams in the West Regional that we're hosting here in Western Washington University. Of course, we have this 4-5 matchup between Cal Poly Pomona, Cal State San Bernardino. Then later in the day, you'll see number 3 Cal State LA take on the number 6 seed Sonoma State, both also coming out of that same conference. This year was the first time since 2015 when the conference introduced their tournament for the postseason that the Coyotes did not compete in a championship match, let alone win it. but every single tournament from 2015 on, they won in 2016, 17, 18, 19, 21. So their streak of 5 consecutive was snapped by this Broncos squad.
We saw Cal State LA earlier this season for the WWU Invitational, as that one goes into the net, so a bounce back point by the Broncos.
Just what they needed right there coming out of that timeout.
Deani Zhao in the match now. She's going to serve. Zhao, the senior, right into the net, so unfortunate break for Cal Poly Pomona as the Coyotes 3 points away from taking this first set.
Cannot afford to give that one away right there.
Giselle Vogel, the sophomore, also from Rancho Cucamonga, transferred from Baylor rather, but at the net. And actually, I checked that. That was Jenna Patton that was serving it. My apologies. But at the net, that was Marley Nunley with the block. The Coyotes are up by 3 and 2 points away from taking this first set.
The setter getting up there and making a block.
Deflected. Cross court on the attack. Great reaction. Broncos live for another play here. Tapped over, and they're going to get a double hit, or actually a carry. So Cal State San Bernardino with the point, and another timeout on the floor. As Cal Poly Pomona wants to try to salvage this first set, maybe go on a run to try to force it into a set overtime or extra points. I'm actually not really sure what we call that, but if they're able to go on a 4-point run here to extend this first set, it could be vital.
And something about Cal State San Bernardino is that they have a really versatile offense. We've seen it so far with Hoffman, Murrohunfala, Patton all getting work on that offensive attack, each having 4-3-3 in kills. They're hitting a 256 for their team so far, which is out hitting Pomona at a 189. That was not the story the last time these two teams met. Of course, it was almost flipped with the exact same numbers on that, but so far we've seen Cal State San Bernardino, after a slow start, kind of continue to build a small little lead as they're up by 4 now. Chance to take the momentum in the first set. They took the first set in that tournament game, and then Pomona bounced back, so we'll see if history repeats itself, but this first set still is to be played. Pomona still with a chance coming out of the timeout. We're going to see what they can do right here. Probably be looking to Daisy Duke, who's already got 4 kills for them. 14 total attacks, her main focus of offense for the Broncos.
And coming out of timeout as they're waiting for the whistle to start play here. 24-20 advantage. Jenna Patton serving it, the junior. Patton serve. Goes long. So point out of the timeout.
The Broncos live to see another day right here. So far it's been a Pomona that had been making the most service errors in this game, but a lucky one right there gives them an opportunity.
Jenna O'Shea in the match now to serve. And a knuckle serve on the attack sent through. And that's how this set is going to end. So Cal State San Bernardino wins the first set here, match number 1 of the 2022 West Regional Tournament, 25-21. We'll be right back with set number 2.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
there's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
and for college sports.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby. Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
Welcome back to Weeku Court here, campus of Western Washington University. So far in this match we saw Cal State San Bernardino take the first set. Looking at them on this season, they placed 5 of their student athletes on the all-CCAA teams, first and second, that is, of course, with Lydia Morohunfola being on the first team, Ashley Robinson also being a first team member, McKenna Overby and Jenna Patton on the second team, as well as Marley Nunley making that second team as well. They're head coached by Kim Chernus in the 32nd season. She started back in 1991. So been with this program for a long time and has been very successful too. They took that first set, need to carry the momentum into it now. Cal Poly Pomona looking to bounce back, of course.
And second set underway here. Just a few moments.
So what the Broncos need to do, especially out here, is come and hit more efficiently. They're only hitting 189 after that first set, but also that's accredited to the Cal State San Bernardino Coyotes playing that good defense, coming up with 5 total blocks.
And we are underway here, set number 2. So the first set, we got exactly what we were expecting, a close one. Not necessarily expecting a winner or a loser. Both teams very evenly matched, but we did expect a close one. On the attack, deflected, and that's good defense. And Duke sends it to the corner, so Cal Poly Pomona up 1-0 early.
This is what Cal Poly Pomona needs to do. They need to run their offense through Daisy Duke as they have all season. She had 15 kills in the championship game for her conference. They need to ride their offense through her, and they'll find success.
O'Shea is going to serve here. That's a good serve. On the attack, found the middle of the court, and that's good defense by the Broncos. Coyotes on the attack, tapped over at the net, but they're going to get, looks like they're going to get Daisy Duke. Either her or Caitlin Tucker for touching the net. So we're tied here at 1.
A little bit of miscommunication on Cal State San Bernardino's side. You saw Nunley and I think it was Abby Clark kind of run into each other, but they were able to get the point out of that set and regroup. So a lucky break for them after Duke came in contact with the net.
Duke on the attack, and she gets it. Kind of deflected. Went right off of Marley Nunley. She laughs a little bit. But Duke with the kill. 2 kills in this second set, and she's going to serve. Right-handed serve. Just gets it over to net. Good dig. On the attack, sent through. She hits it. Robinson with the kill. We're tied here at 2.
And I mentioned Ashley Robinson, part of that all-conference first team, averaging 3.4 kills per set. Gives her 6 in the conference.
And over. That's a good dig. Little bit of a late jump, sent over, bumped over. But Moro Hunfala with the kill. That's her 3rd. Actually, check that. That's her 4th. 667 hitting percentage. But the Broncos strike back with a point of their own. We're tied here at 3.
And as I mentioned earlier, we've seen it so far with Cal State San Bernardino, the super versatile offense. For the season, they have 4 players over 180 kills each. They have 4 with 270-plus points on the year as well.
On the attack, that one dug out. Perfect setting position, but that is blocked and sent back. That was Ashley Robinson at the net.
It's something that Cal Poly Pomona has established themselves out through the season as being a good blocking team, but so far we've seen Cal State San Bernardino be the better blockers here, playing above the net very well.
Asia Clark with a good serve off the antenna, and I think she'll get credited for an ace there, as it wasn't officially controlled by the Broncos, and Cal State San Bernardino now up 2. That's a good dig. Dug out, cross court, on the attack, another good dig. Overby right there, tapped over. Cross court, on the attack, deflected again. And Madison Novak finally gets her kill on that rally, as she was stopped at the net or dug out, but she prevails. And the Broncos now down 1. Avery Percival was on the serve on that one, and that is good hustle. It looks like they're going to get Cal State San Bernardino. I think they were going to get them with 4 hits. I believe so. Percival's going to serve again to libero. Asia Clark's right there on the attack for the middle of the court. That dug out. Duke goes for the middle, dug out by Clark again. Cross court. Good defense again at the net. 50-50 ball. Sent through. Melissa Garciglia, the senior, gets it. Cal State San Bernardino now up 1.
It was the good effort right there by Samantha Campion, getting the diving save to keep the set alive.
Overby with the serve. Cross court on the attack, and that's right at the net, deflected. The net again. Some great net play by both teams so far this match. And that is right there, sent right back. Tries it again. Campion right at the net. Actually, check that. Mueller at the net. Duke goes for, and that's dug out by Clark. And just a perfect setup opportunity. Nunley going away from the net, sets it perfectly to Savannah Hoffman. As you can see on this replay, it's almost as if she just set it right to her.
And both team setters showing that they can be versatile pieces to this offense. Of course, Katie Mueller playing up at the net, getting the blocks, and then Nunley getting that good effort dig on the side.
They're going to get Cal Poly Pomona for being out of rotation. Coyotes up 8-5 here in the second set. McKenna Overby is going to serve.
So just an odd mistake right here that the Broncos cannot afford to make in a West Regional postseason.
Talking things over.
Head coach right there for Cal Poly. Tracy Dahl only in her 4th season with the program compared to, of course, Kim Schernis with her 32nd season.
And so that last point will actually come off the board. It was not an out of rotation. It's going to be a replay of a point, but actually a point never actually played. So it is 7-5 now. Cross court. Hoffman goes for the middle. Duke on the attack, goes for it. Asia Clark has been right there. She sets it over. Good awareness, not going over the line for the set. They're asking for the deflection. They're going to get it. Did not look from here that it was deflected.
I didn't see a deflection on my side, but
let's see the replay.
Just too hard to tell on that one, a quick play, but
those are hard to overturn and hard to call on the court. And I will say it again, that's why I'm not an official. Out of system play here, Overby gets it to Hoffman. Good reaction time, Broncos. Sets it over, another out of system play, Overby. That one is set long. Garciglia.
And right there for Pomona, we saw through that offensive sets, they're running it a little bit through Madison Novak, who came into the championship game off the bench and provided 14 kills, find herself getting a bigger role here in the tournament.
And Katie Mueller having a tough time serving today as Cal State San Bernardino is up 1. But Mueller now with 3 service errors.
Yeah, and her team is 5, so 3 out of the 5. Cannot afford to be giving that to your squad.
Garciglia on the serve, but that one's sent through. Cal Poly Pomona, Erin McFarland, the senior, transferred from Long Beach State. She gets the kill. That was an assist by Katie Mueller, and we are tied here at 8. Garciglia on the attack, but that one dug out. Mueller over the Duke, and dug out by Clark. Overby right there, and Hoffman tries to go for the middle of the court, unable to do so. The lefty falling away. And it looks like that was a missed jump or miscommunication, but the Broncos are now in the lead 9-8. Sent through. Tapped over corner. And Clark already making herself known with her defense and digs. But that one goes wide, so the Broncos are up by 2 now.
Right now, we've seen Savannah Hoffman get a lot of chances with 24 total attacks, but hasn't found much success with a 174 hitting percentage.
Patton sends it through. Jenna Patton, the junior. She now has 4 kills to her credit.
So despite it being a close set here, Pomona has kind of flipped the script on this game. They're out hitting the Coyotes after a rough first set against them in the later half.
Abby Clark in the game now, the freshman. That one sent through, so the Broncos are up by 2 once again.
Something the Broncos were unable to do in that first set was kind of build a bigger lead to try and hold off Cal State San Bernardino, and back-to-back points gives them a 2-point lead, so they're going to try and build it up here.
And an early match between 2 California schools that started at 12 p.m. on a Thursday, but this gym's pretty loud. For it being not a lot of people in the building.
I think I credit the benches. They're really getting into it, and as they should, you know, hyping up their teammates. You're here in the postseason. You want to get the energy built up there. You're unable to play in front of, you know, most of your fans. They have some people showing up here, showing out for their team, but for the most part, their team is relying on them to provide that energy, to give them that boost that they need, especially here in a postseason game that's going to be so close, like between these two teams.
And Patton is serving it, and she serves it long, so service error. And the Broncos go back up 12-10. Daisy Duke is going to serve. Over be in the match now for Cal State San Bernardino. That is a good serve. Tapped over, out of system play. On the attack. As that one is sent through, they're asking for the deflection, but they're not going to get it.
Coyotes bench probably going to check a challenge out here. Seem to be very upset after that one.
And it's going to be a challenge.
I think from my angle, as though I tend to get these wrong whenever I voice my opinion on it. It might have looked like it'd take a deflection, but I mean, on these ones, oftentimes you're going to stay with the call in the court, but it's a pretty big swing here. Saw the successful challenge really early in that first set. This one coming towards the middle of the second one. It's a crucial turning point here.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. I didn't see that one. I didn't see either way.
Oh.
Someone was blocking me.
Okay.
So, but that's why we have challenges here at Western Washington University. A few years ago, we did have challenges, but we weren't able to use them for the regional tournament, given the fact that all of the conferences did not have them. So it did not have a competitive advantage, thus meaning that maybe the GNAC would have a competitive advantage because they're used to the replay system. It was not used, but it's going to be used this time. Cal State San Bernardino trying to go 2 for 2.
And a good thing that it is being used, of course. You always want to get the right calls made, especially when you're in the postseason. You think about, you know, crucial missed calls back in time when replay system wasn't a thing. You know, the World Cup is coming up. There was that goal a few years back. Replay system didn't exist, and the ball bounced over the line, but there was none of that. Did it go in? Did it go not? Replay system. And right here, providing it here in the tournament for the first time, of course, it's going to be great here at Western Washington University that we can provide that for both teams to make sure this game is getting called as accurate as it can.
Or it could be like the NFL and have it and not use it.
Not use it the right way, at least.
This isn't a booth review. This is a coach's challenge, which tends to be a lot more successful. And the first replay did not take too long, and when a replay doesn't take too long, usually it's overturned.
I agree with that. Usually when we see them really taking a look at it, I think what aids to it also is I think the reaction from Cal State San Bernardino that we saw, they seemed really passionate about it taking a tip. You know, you saw head coach and assistant coach Sheerness and Denny Scott jumping off the bench kind of like, wow, how was that not called? But, you know, our officials are doing our best, so what they saw is what they saw, but they're obviously going to take a look at it here for the team and try and correct it if they can, but we'll see if it gets overturned. Long little look being taken at the scoreboard table. So far what we've seen in this second set, Cal Poly Pomona leads it, but it's mainly on the driving factor that Cal State San Bernardino just hasn't been as successful on offense. I mean, a 129 hitting percentage compared to Pomona has been more efficient with a 250, of course.
Let's see what the call is. Sorry about that, Zem.
No, you're all good. I was just mentioning, you know, errors are about even, so the only thing it's just been is just getting those long offensive attacks between those, you know, long sets and rallies that you see. Pomona just getting the better of them. Very similar to that first set, but we saw Cal State San Bernardino rather getting those points.
And they didn't overturn it. Not enough evidence to overturn it. Not indisputable evidence. So the point on the court stands. And Cal Poly Pomona is now up 13-10.
I want to know if everybody else gets net cam and we don't.
Cal Poly Pomona with a 3-point lead. Sent right through and right at the net. And they're going to get for 4 hits. Actually, double hit, rather. 14-10. Broncos lead.
So the Coyotes in danger of slipping after the missed challenge, a big momentum swing.
And that one is set long. So 15-10 now. Broncos with the lead.
That was Ashley Robinson, a rare miss from her for the Coyotes. She's been great all season in the conference, gaining those first team honors.
And Duke with another good serve, dumped over, but that one goes wide. So it is 16-10 now, Broncos with the lead. And I would not be surprised if there's a timeout here, and there is. So Cal State San Bernardino with the timeout. And Cal Poly Pomona now up by 6 in the second set. Cal Poly Pomona down 1-0. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back. Cal Poly Pomona taking on Cal State San Bernardino here. The 2022 West Regional Final, actually West Regional Tournament first match. Broncos up 16-10 here in the second set. Cal State San Bernardino winning the first set 25-21. Daisy Duke for the Broncos is going to serve. As that one is sent through. So coming out of the timeout with a quick point, Cal State San Bernardino, as Ashley Robinson gets a kill. That's kill number 6 for her, and she leads the team.
And Cal State San Bernardino just trying to change that story. Of course, we saw Cal Poly Pomona take a dominant win in the second set in the tournament when these two teams faced off. Allowed Pomona to get back into it and build the momentum to eventually take the win.
And Cal Poly Pomona with the point, 17-11. Savannah Hoffman is, actually she is not on the court, but Samantha Campion was the one with the serve. But 2 straight points, Cal Poly Pomona now up 18-11, and Campion is gonna serve again. Good serve by Campion. Dug out, cross court. Duke on the attack. Cross court again. Garciglia, but great defense by the Broncos. Set over by Overby. Tapped over. Another out of system play. Garciglia, and that one is blocked and sent back. At the net. That was Katie Mueller and Caitlin Tucker, and I think Caitlin Tucker was the one who got most of it. But Broncos are up 19-11 now.
This is what Caitlin Tucker does. 1.22 blocks per set, is first in the conference.
And that one was sent back, and a great move by Katie Mueller again. And a timeout is on the floor. We're going to go to another break here as we're in match number 1. Cal Poly Pomona up 20-11 here in the second set. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And for college sports.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional here in Bellingham, Washington at Weeku Court. Match number 1, Cal Poly Pomona, the number 4 seed, taking on Cal State San Bernardino, the number 5 seed. Coyotes won the first set 25-21, but the Broncos are up 20-11, now 20-12 in this second set.
And that right there is what has crippled Cal Poly Pomona throughout this game so far is the service errors. You know, they just kill their runs over and over again. We saw it in the first set a few times earlier in this set as well, and they had a chance to go up 21-11 possibly and get a 10-point lead, but they dropped it.
And it looks like they're going to get Cal Poly Pomona, Katie Mueller touching the net as it shakes here. Asia Clark's going to serve again, so 2 straight points coming out of the timeout for the Coyotes. Right-handed serve, cross court on the attack, and that's a good dig by Clark. Hoffman blocked at the net, but they're going to get and it looks like what happened there was that was a missed whistle by the official. And it is 20-13, so that play is going to be a replay. And Cal Poly Pomona with the point. They're up 21-13 now.
Cal Poly Pomona looking for a huge second set win here, especially if they can dominate it as they have been so far.
On the attack, Garciglia. Good defense again by Pomona. Just has to be bumped over by Duke. Sent through. And a quick point again. A great job by the Coyotes.
And right there was Campion just unable to keep that out of there. She's been playing great defense, though, for the Broncos with 11 digs already.
Mauro Hunfala. The ball went into the stands, and that's kind of when I just lose all focus.
Just making sure you're not getting hit.
So there's going to be a timeout on the floor here. Cal Poly Pomona is up by 6 here in the second set. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional. Match number 1. Cal Poly Pomona taking on Cal State San Bernardino. Coming out of the timeout, quick point for the Broncos as they're 3 points away from tying this thing up at 1.
And they'd be tying it up in pretty dominant fashion here too. Really stunned Cal State San Bernardino in this second set. Haven't seen much success from their offense, and the Broncos have just been playing much better here.
And that one's blocked right at the net, a solo block. Garciglia.
That's something Cal State San Bernardino, they only had one block in this set so far. To get their second one right here and just try to climb their way back into a set that has been dominated by the Cal Poly Broncos.
Kylie Thomas in the match now. She's going to serve. Thomas, the sophomore, and she is from Cal State San Bernardino, and maybe there was method to that substitution because she comes right in for a service ace.
Cal State San Bernardino, despite getting out-aced in their last matchup against this team, have served it a lot well, except there's a service error right there. But so far, that has been the story of the game. They have way more service aces than the Broncos in this set, that is, but 3-3 overall in the set. So just because you're serving good aces every once in a while does not mean you're guaranteed to win the set. So the Broncos, of course, out-aced them in the first one, but they lost and flip the story here in the second one. It's the same case.
Right at the net for a 50-50 ball. And McFarland alongside Campion sends it right through.
Campion being a real defensive star.
Set point, cross court. On the set, behind herself, gets it to Duke. That is sent right back by Hoffman. So 2 solo blocks by San Bernardino in the last few points.
Just keeping themselves alive here. It's the first time we've seen Hoffman get up above the net, play some good defense. She's usually a point of attack, but keeps her team in this set.
Abby Clark back in the match now to lefty. Gets it over the McFarland dugout. Cross court on the attack and sent through. Ashley Robinson and Cal State San Bernardino just clawing back, clinging to life here in the second set. Broncos still at set point. The lefty sends it long, and that's how this set is going to end. So Cal Poly Pomona takes the second set 25-19, and we are tied 1 set apiece here at the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional here in Bellingham, Washington. When we come back, set number 3, we'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. Match number 1 between Cal Poly Pomona and Cal State San Bernardino. Coyotes won the first set 25-21, but the Broncos took the second set 25-19. Zen, let's go to some stats.
Yeah, it was a really good bounce-back set for the Broncos. Of course, they came out hitting really strong compared to their first set where they only hit a 189. They hit 243, a great improvement, but also on the defense. In the first set, Cal State San Bernardino had a 273 hitting percentage, a really impressive number, but they held them to a .068, forcing 7 attack errors. They had a great bounce-back set so far. They even it up right here. Daisy Duke, Madison Novak on the offense have been really impressive. Duke as well with 10 digs already, so approaching a double-double possibly. We've also seen Campion play some great defense on that back line, digging out 12. But San Bernardino, they found great success through Ashley Robinson. They're going to try and keep going through her, as well as Lydia Morohonfola. It's been a competitive one between both sides so far. We're in a crucial third set right here that'll give a 2-1 lead to either team as they progress to just one set more and moving on in this tournament. So both teams, we're going to see a competitive match here so far between the sides.
And first serve for set number 3 here. Underway in just a few moments. So Zen, why don't you go over the other 3 matches right after this one for the rest of the day?
Yeah, so following this match, you're going to have the 2:30 o'clock game, which is going to be Alaska Anchorage and Chaminade. That's the 1-8 matchup. Following that, you're going to see some CCAA teams as well with Cal State LA 3-6. And then to close out the night, you're going to see the home team who's hosting number 2 seed Western Washington University against their rival Central. Should be an electric one, but all these matches are going to be close. We're going to get to see a really talented team at 2:30 in Alaska Anchorage, who has been dominant. Of course, ranked number 1 in the West region, but due to some scheduling conflicts, Western Washington got to host this tournament, luckily enough, and we're here on Vikings TV instead.
Chaminade was here in 2018, so was Cal State LA, so was Cal State San Bernardino, so was Central Washington, so some familiar faces, some familiar coaches here. Not only Central Washington, who makes the trip here once or twice a year anyway, but some CCAA teams and also some Pac West teams, so some volleyball powerhouses. We are tied here at 1. Cross court, Duke sends it through. Broncos up 2-1.
And right there, Daisy Duke, of course, has had a really consistent game for the Broncos. Last time these teams met, she had 19 kills, 12 digs, 4 blocks, and 3 aces, and hit 386 hitting percentage, so she's a dominant player.
Sends through and deflected. So Patton gets the kill. That's her 6th kill, 308 hitting percentage. We are tied here at 2. Patton sends it middle of the court as that one knuckled over. Duke gets the kill again. And she is 1 kill away from being in double digits.
She's been able to find success on the offensive attack all season and continue it here into the tournament. They're really running things through her, setting it all up for her when they get their chances to.
She also has 10 digs. 3 Broncos. That one is sent through. Morohonfola gets the kill. We're tied here at 3.
It's something that Lydia Morohonfola does really well. She has a high hitting percentage, and it's a result of her attacks being, kind of some soft taps every once in a while. You see her just tipping it over. We don't see her give a lot of power, but right there she did. Caught the defense off guard.
Speaking of power, Duke gets her 10th kill. She now has 10 kills and 10 digs, and she's responsible for 10.5 points. That's a game high for both teams, and she's going to serve. On the attack, Garciglia sends it into the net, so the Broncos are up 5-3, and Duke is going to serve again. Right-handed serve, right in the middle of the court. Sends through. Duke goes for it again. Out of system play. Robinson taps it over. Some back and forth here. That one dug out. That was Percival with the dig. As that one deflects and goes out of bounds. That was Samantha Campion, the sophomore. Gets the kill. And the Broncos losing the first set, but in control in the second, winning it, and now they're up 6-3 in the third.
Yeah, they've really bounced back from that first set. I mean, it's not like they got blown out in that first set. It was a close one the whole way through, but Pomona has really come out strong these last two to really dominate.
As I got the ball, and I don't know what to do with it, and I threw it.
Just put it to someone that seems like they're supposed to be responsible for it. Just shift the responsibility away from you.
That's exactly what I will do from here on out if that happens again. I may have torn my rotator cuff on that throw, though. Asia Clark with the serve, and that's good reaction time. Great job by Campion to keep it alive. As that one is dug out, but goes out of bounds. Mauro Hunfala with the kill. So 2 straight points by Cal State San Bernardino, and they're down by 1. There's really only been one true run for both teams this match. That was the Broncos in the middle of the second set, stringing together a few points. But other than that, it's been back and forth as we're tied here at 6.
Right there was Savannah Hoffman. She had 13 kills in the last 2 times that these two teams met each other.
And that is a great dig by Overby to keep it alive. Garciglia gets it over to Clark to send it over for another day. Cross court to Campion, deflected. 2 Coyotes run into each other. Overby just has to bump it over. And a great job. Katie Mueller reading that play perfectly. She almost looks like she slam dunks it over.
That's the second time we've seen Mueller do that. 2 kills. Having a great match as well as her 23 assists and 8 digs.
And Campion is going to serve. Clark's right there. Cross court over the Hoffman. Actually, that was Hoffman. Sent over. Blocked and out of bounds, so Hoffman gets the kill. We're tied here again at 7.
And it seems like that's been the game plan for Cal State San Bernardino in this set, is get the ball to Savannah Hoffman, because they've gone back and forth to her, and for a team that's been so versatile and dynamic on offense, for them to run through one player means they really trust her.
Cross court. Garciglia sends it over. On the attack, good dig by Clark. And that is a great block.
And it seems like so far for Cal State San Bernardino, they're doing a great job getting their hands on those attacks coming from the Broncos, but just unable to get their full body in front of it to send the block back over. A lot of them are just reflecting off of their hands, and it's relying on their back line to keep it alive. We've seen some, wild digs go up into the rafters.
As that attack by Garciglia goes into the net to the Broncos. Now with a 2-point advantage, Percival's going to serve for the Broncos.
Despite the Coyotes showing some life, Broncos still lead it by 2.
And that is a good serve by Percival. Cross court on the attack. That's a good dig by Overby. Cross court. The Hoffman deflected at the net. And a great job. Some fantastic hustle and defense. Dug out at the net. Somehow this rally is staying alive. And a great job to keep it alive. Coyotes and the Broncos with some fantastic defense, but Patton finally sends it through. Well deserved, but great defense by the Broncos and also by the Coyotes.
Yeah, both teams really grinding it out right there.
Campion was there for a lot of them, as well as Percival. Now into the match for Cal State San Bernardino, Abby Clark. Actually, check that. Kylie Thomas, who came in the second set for the first time, started with an ace, and now she came in for the first time in this third set, started with an ace. 2 aces to her credit. She could be similar to Vikings' Abby May for like a serving specialist, so to speak. As there's a timeout on the floor, as Coyotes are on a 3-0 run, so Broncos call a timeout, talk things over. We're here in the third set at the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. I'm Sean Church alongside Zen Hill. Set number 3 between Cal Poly Pomona and Cal State San Bernardino. Both teams with a set win apiece. We're here in this third set. Cal State San Bernardino up by 1 on a 3-0 run. Coming out of the timeout. Sent through. And so the Broncos come out of the timeout. Madison Novak with the kill. And we're tied here at 10.
Good job by Madison Novak to get the vertical up right there and really slam that one down. She was named to the all-tournament team in the conference after a really stellar performance in the championship game, as well as consistent offense being provided off the bench for the Broncos. She's found herself playing the majority of this game so far, though.
And Novak again on the attack. Garciglia was right there. Hoffman on the attack, but right at the net. McFarland and Duke send it back. Broncos now up by 1.
Duke showing she can do it all right there, getting up at the net for her first block of the match, block assist.
Katie Mueller. Mueller to Duke. And that one dug out by Garciglia, but just some people on the court. I wouldn't call that a miscommunication, just unlucky more than anything.
And looking at Cal Poly Pomona, of course, they made it to that championship game where they matched up against the 5 seed in their conference tournament, Sonoma State, who we're going to see later today, of course. Broncos opened that match with 2 straight set wins, but then lost the next 2 and almost gave up a thrilling comeback that was Sonoma State's, but they ended up winning in the 5th set.
Tapped over. Cross court, Hoffman, and that one dug out by Campion. Duke goes for the attack, dug out again. Patton and dug out by Percival, dumped over. Coyotes keep it alive. Tapped over again. Hoffman on the attack at the net. Coyotes keep it alive. Broncos on the attack. Duke tries it again, and again dug out, this time Asia Clark. Cross court, and that one's sent through. Novak again. Novak is quietly came up with now 8 kills to her credit. And Cal Poly Pomona, after the timeout on a 4-0 run. And so now Cal State San Bernardino calling a timeout, talk things over. So we're going to go to a break. We're here in the third set, each team with 1 set win apiece. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back to the 2022 WW Invitational here in Bellingham, Washington. Cal Poly Pomona leading Cal State San Bernardino 13-10 here in the third set. Each team with 1 set win apiece. Vital third set. But honestly, in a tournament like this, then every set matters. On the attack, Patton goes for it, and she gets it, so good bounce back out of the timeout. And Zen, how important is that to come out of a timeout with a quick point like that?
I mean, that's exactly what the coaches want to do. Kim Chernis, 32 seasons as a head coach. She knows when she wants to switch the momentum back her way. When she sees one team gaining that momentum like Cal Poly was, going on that run after their timeout, they kind of switched it back. And we've seen both coaches have really strategic timeouts that have paid off for their squads, coming out and getting points straight ahead. 2 straight now for them.
And Clark with the ace, 2 straight points, and just like you alluded to just before, coming out of a timeout with 2 quick points can really change the momentum. And you see that all the time. We saw it all season long with Coach Diane Flick-Williams for Western Washington University, picking the right moments to call the timeout. And after that timeout, 3 straight points, and just like that, we're tied up at 13.
Yeah, oftentimes when you're losing, back-to-back points, you kind of tend to get frustrated, especially when it's been a close game so far. You don't want to get too far behind, and calling the timeout gives your team a chance to kind of regroup and remember, what they can do and come back.
As Duke sends it through, so Broncos regain the lead as Duke has her 12th kill of the match to go along with 11 digs and 2 block assists for a total of 13 overall points. The only member in double digits as far as points is concerned for both teams. Send through, and that one dug out by Percival. That's just bumped over by Powell. Patton, and that one is dug out. Campion sends it wide though. So we're tied here at 14.
So some great effort right there by Katie Mueller, but to no avail for the Broncos. Winner of this match will play tomorrow at 5 o'clock. Of course, pending the results of Alaska Anchorage and Chaminade. Whoever wins their match.
Patton looking for it. On the attack. And Campion gets it. So the Broncos with another point, up 15-14. Patton out. Clark back in. But Abby Clark, rather. And now Jenna O'Shea on the court now. As that one is sent through and in. So back and forth. San Bernardino tied it up at 13, but each team trading points from here on out.
San Bernardino with 3 players approaching that 10-kill mark. All 3 of them hitting pretty efficiently, too.
Zhao with the good dig off of that really good serve. Garciglia right there, but Percival out of system play over to Campion, tries to go deep, and that one is dug out. Right at the net, good job. Cross court, Robson tries it, Zhao digs it out. Campion again, Overby, dumped over. Zhao out of system play to Duke. And Nunley goes behind her back. Garciglia, and she gets it. So Cal State San Bernardino now with the lead, 16-15.
So despite the great effort right there from the Cal Poly Diani Zhao, haven't seen her make much action in this game, but she's of course a senior on this squad, so that veteran presence is there on the court. Defensive specialist for them throughout her career, but Cal State San Bernardino finds himself with a lead right here. And despite hitting just 143 in this set, found a way to lead.
And Duke floats over the net almost. We're tied here at 16. Duke now with 13 kills.
And oftentimes you just see hits like that that are just so clean, it's almost guaranteed to be a point, and Duke finds herself doing that as a lot of the time. 33 total attacks, 13 kills.
And Robinson sends it through. So the Coyotes now up 17-16. And Hoffman in the match now, along with Asia Clark. And Clark is going to serve. Asia Clark, 10 digs already. And an ace to her credit. And there's going to be a timeout on the floor as the Coyotes lead the Broncos by a score of 18-16 here in the third set. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington. Cal State San Bernardino taking on Cal Poly Pomona. Score is 18-16 here in the third set, each team with one set win apiece. Asia Clark's going to serve for the Coyotes. And she gets another ace. So Asia Clark now with 3 aces to her credit. She had one right before the break and one right after.
And this is what the Coyotes have been doing all day so far, serving it really well.
Another good serve, but a veteran move right there.
Just unable to miss on the pancake attempt, it seemed right there. Must hit the ground.
But that was a veteran move by Mueller, seeing her team was not in the position to really go on the attack or at least have a good attack attempt. And she jumped it over for the point, so well needed. Clark gets it, cross court, Deflected. On the attack, Hoffman, and that is a great dig by Campion. And Mueller doing it all as well. Campion and Mueller really all over the court. Campion has 22 digs. And that is kind of crazy that we haven't mentioned that so far.
Yeah, she's having I guess I wouldn't even call it quiet. I guess we're just missing out on, these fantastic plays, but she makes a loud one right there with that fantastic dig.
Well, we're seeing them. We're just we just haven't acknowledged it.
I guess we didn't realize that she had 20 plus.
And we are tied here at 19, so this third set living up to the expectations of the whole match. This match has been incredibly close, although the finish hasn't been as close as it might seem, but these two teams are very evenly matched. As Cal State San Bernardino comes back with a point, they're up by 1 now. Moro Humphala gets the kill, and she is now out. Patton back in. Overby is going to serve. Overby with the deep serve. Cross court. And Hoffman goes for it again, but that is blocked and sent back. As that is Mueller and Caitlin Tucker, the junior, at the net, and we are tied here at 20, and Percival is going to serve for the Broncos.
And in this set, Broncos 3 blocks to San Bernardino's 0.
Cross court, Garciglia, and that one dug out by Duke. Tapped over in the middle of the court, almost kept alive. But Madison Novak, she is now in double digits for kills. That is her 10th. Not the best hitting percentage, but she has definitely made an all-around effort to keep in the game and keep going for that attack. Cross court, she gets another chance, but Overby was right there. And that is a great dig by Duke. And then Patton gets it, that is a solo block at the net by McFarland. My goodness, that was incredible. It was only her at the net, and she sends it back. We're going to go to another quick break here. Cal Poly Pomona up 22-20 here in this third set. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
And welcome back to the WWU Invitational. Check that. The 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Regional. I kind of got in the rewind machine. I thought I was in August.
Early games, you got back into that mindset of back in August. Similar situation. Two unfamiliar teams facing off. You're here early.
Well, that's what happens when time flies, when good volleyball is being played. Speaking of which, Cal Poly Pomona here in the third set, up 22-20. We are tied here at 1 set apiece, so vital for both teams to come out on top here. Novak is right there to send it. 11 kills for Novak. And she has seemed to really start hitting it harder and harder each time. She has that power. They were just breathing them earlier in the match.
Yeah, and despite her not having, the same dominance we saw in the first 2 sets, she's really come alive, although she has been consistent for the whole match for them, but really coming out strong in this one.
I think for her and Duke, they've prevailed with some great kills to their credit, but we also have to give credit to Cal State San Bernardino for the defense that they've had. Cross court, Novak tries to set it to the court. Asia Clark right there. On the attack, Patton sends it wide. And there's going to not be a deflection. So Broncos are at set point.
Madison Novak was there for the block, but it seemed to just miss her hands, so a lucky break for Pomona.
Because that one would have been a very tough one to block. And that is a great serve. And that's how this is going to end. Or at least this set is going to end, rather, with a Katie Mueller ace. That was a great ace. As you could see right here, I know it was a little bit of miscommunication, but if anything, it just died. And we're going to go to a break here. Cal Poly Pomona now up 25, actually now up 2-1 after a 25-21 victory in set number 3. When we come back, set number 4.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington at Weeku Court. Match number 1 between Cal Poly Pomona and Cal State San Bernardino. Cal Poly Pomona took the third set 25-21. And they are up 2-1. Let's go to Zen for some stats.
Yeah, so that third set, you know, Cal Poly Pomona seemed like they were really going on a large run. Of course, we saw Cal State San Bernardino take the timeout and give themselves, you know, some few consecutive points that kept them in the match, but then Pomona really pulled it off towards the end of the set. I mean, both teams were hitting around relatively low 200 to high 100s, but they end the set, Cal Poly Pomona hitting a 302 compared to Cal State San Bernardino's .93. Of course, we saw Madison Novak really be a star in that set for the Broncos. Daisy Duke doing what she does, both of them in double digits as well, as Daisy Duke having a double-double. Campion, 25 digs, as well as Katie Mueller dishing it up with 31 assists, as well as her 4 kills. So they've just been playing great overall. Both teams have had, you know, some really close sets right here, but Cal Poly Pomona just one away from advancing in this tournament. If they were to advance, of course, playing either Alaska Anchorage or Chaminade. Looking at the last time the Cal Poly Pomona has played those teams, last time they played Alaska Anchorage was back in 2015. So it would be their first meeting since then. In that meeting back in 2015, of course, no players still on the team for Pomona. It was a 3-0 sweep, though. If they go on to play possibly Chaminade, last time they faced off was in 2019. They lost in a sweep as well.
And we're underway here in the fourth set as McFarland goes on the attack. Some good reaction by the Coyotes. Cross court, Duke starts out with a kill. She now has 14 kills to her credit. Cal Poly Pomona up 1-0.
Daisy Duke won the conference tournament MVP after getting herself into almost 20 kills in every single match that they played. She's approaching that number as well, slowly.
That one is sent right back. Cross court on the attack. And that one sent through. Cal State San Bernardino ties it at 1 apiece now. And that was Mauro Hunfala with the kill.
Mauro Hunfola also enters herself into the double-digit kills with 10 on a .556 hitting percentage.
On the attack. Out of system play, Duke goes for it and she gets it. 15 kills for Duke. And Cal Poly Pomona now up 2-1.
Cal State San Bernardino just unable to find success blocking these attacks coming from Pomona. That one just deflecting off the fingers once again, as we've seen. Is Ashley Robinson right there playing at the net, unable to get it.
And that block is sent right back as Campion was right there with Tucker. And the Broncos now up 3-1.
And this is what the Broncos have been doing all game. 15 total blocks compared to the Cal State San Bernardino's 9. Actually, scratch that. They just added to it. Now they have 15 total.
Kept alive. Out of system play. Tapped over by Duke. Cross court. Again, across court. Campion goes for it, and it is deflected and goes out of bounds. So 4-1, Broncos lead, and Duke is going to serve again. Sent through. Mauro Hunfala, the redshirt senior, having a great match so far. Not only putting together double-digit kills, now with 11, but having a great hitting percentage in the process.
And Mauro Hunfanella, been with the team since 2019, a veteran presence.
Cross court, Hoffman tries for the corner, but hits it wide. So Broncos up 5-2 now, and Campion is going to serve. Cross court, deflected. Out of system play. Campion just has to hit it middle of the court. Over B. Nunley again to Garciglio. Taps over, avoids hitting the antenna, but it goes out of bounds.
And so far for Cal State San Bernardino, we've seen Melissa Garcigli kind of just be all over the place for them. Seen herself make some really good defensive plays as well as find herself on that offensive attack to get her 5 kills in the match.
On the attack, blocked right at the net. Cross court, dumped over. Asia Clark right there. Hoffman, that one dug out by Duke. Cross court, over to Novak, and again at the net. A little bit of a tough set. Percival gets it over. Once again, some fantastic defense by both teams. But Patton sends it through.
That attack right there just skipped past the hands of Caitlin Tucker. Tucker this season has recorded 123 total blocks this season. That gives her the second most in program history since 2008, which is when the scoring format was changed to the 25.
Great defense again, and they're going to get 4 hits here. So 3 straight points for Coyotes. Tied here at 5.
Coyotes really need to just try and continue what they've been doing to come back so far. We've seen them show shades of going on, really impressive runs, but just haven't been able to keep it going and allow Pomona to come back in it.
Tapped over by Novak. Cross court. And that one is blocked and sent back by Novak. Also at the net was Tucker. I think it hit Novak on the block. Let's see here. Right there. 6-5, Cal Poly Pomona leads. Percival with the serve. Cross court over the Hoffman. Dug out. Campion right there. Blocked and sent back. Tapped over by McFarland. Hoffman got her feet set. Now Novak tries it again, and that is dug out by Clark. Overby out of system play and tapped over by Garciglia, but Campion right there. Novak gets it over to Duke. Clark tapped over. Cross court to Novak, deflected, and Clark is right there. On the attack, Garciglia, and that one dug out by Percival. Tapped over. And Asia Clark with the great dig, 50-50 ball, and that is finally sent right back. So 7-5, Cal Poly Pomona with the lead on that very, very long rally.
Yeah, we've seen these two teams go on a few of those right there. That was another one that ended in a possible net violation, but no call right there, so Pomona takes advantage of it.
And that is a great job by Hoffman to bounce back with an attack kill of her own. And the Coyotes are down by 1.
So San Bernardino regains the point right there. Unable to gain the lead so far. Have shown some really good shades right here in this 4th set. They're just trying to stay alive, keep their season alive.
On the attack, Patton right there. Percival digs it out. And McFarland somehow got it over, almost hitting the ground before hitting it. Right there, we are seeing some fantastic rallies the last couple plays. And Novak sends it through, 8-6.
Back-to-back times where both these teams are just going back and forth. Their season, one of these teams' seasons is on the line. One of these teams has a chance to, of course, advance to tomorrow's game, and they're both going to all try and leave it out there. You mentioned Aaron McFarland kind of just getting able to tap that one over. I mean, when you're 6'2", guess you don't even have to jump to get it over there.
And on the attack, Patton, and that is dug out, but out of bounds. So Coyotes with a point.
And right there, Katie Mueller. Rare time we've seen her not be able to get a successful dig. She's got 13 on the match.
Patton now has 10 kills to her credit. Robinson has 9 kills. Hoffman has 8. Of course, mentioned earlier. Mara Humphala has 11. So all around. And that one is sent through. Patton now with 11 kills. We're tied here at 8.
These two teams battling it out right here. We've seen them start all the sets this way where they're kind of close. We're going to see who pulls away in this one. It's been Cal Poly Pomona gaining the momentum in the later half of the set so far. For the Coyotes, though, Ashley Robinson, last time these teams faced, she had 15 kills and 11 digs. Right now, Robinson finds herself 9 kills, almost in that double digits to join her teams Patton and Marohun Folo, but no digs to her credit just yet.
Clark with the serve, and on the attack, Novak hits it wide. So Cal State San Bernardino now up 9-8.
And right there, that's kind of how Novak has been. You know, she's been very hit or miss so far in this match. Only a 133 hitting percentage, despite still totaling 12 kills. Still a successful piece of offense.
I get it, hit or miss. Overby with the dig, 50-50 ball. Duke right there, but fantastic job by Cal State San Bernardino to be at the net. I'm not sure if that was a net violation or they're going to get her for... I'm actually not sure exactly what happened, but...
I think it was net violation.
Net violation, and that's how we're going to go to a break here. Cal State San Bernardino up 10-8, but Cal Poly Pomona is up 2-1. We'll be right back.
Dear college sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
and for college sports.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington on Wiku Court. Cal State San Bernardino taking on Cal Poly Pomona. 4 versus 5. Broncos being the 4 seed, Coyotes being the 5 seed. So far it's been incredibly even. Pomona is up 2-1, but the Coyotes are up by 2, trying to force a 5th set, which would be a crazy way to start this tournament. And that one is in. Ashley Robinson now in double digits. As Cal State San Bernardino comes out of the Cal Poly Pomona timeout with a point, and they're up by 3.
And this is what we've seen the teams do so far, come out of these timeouts really strong.
And Duke continues to be dominant. She comes out with a kill. Duke, 15 kills. She's gotten her hitting percentage up to 300. She also has 1 assist and 16 digs. And that's a good serve to start. Duke tries it again. She gets it. So Daisy Duke now with 17 kills, 317 hitting percentage. Zhao had a good serve this last time. She has another good serve here. Robinson sends it over. Out of system play, so Zhao taps it over her Campion, and she gets it. As Cal State San Bernardino gets hit with a net violation. And we are tied here at 11.
And Daisy Duke for the Broncos this season earned herself 3 Offensive Player of the Weeks, being an offensive force for this Broncos, and we've seen it here today.
And that's a good save by Zhao. Campion right there, 50-50 ball out. Aaron sends it, McFarland sends it over, and then Campion does almost the same thing. So despite coming out of the timeout with a quick point for Cal State San Bernardino, that being Ashley Robinson, Since that point, Cal Poly Pomona is on a 4-0 run. And Zhao has been serving it incredibly well for the Broncos as Robinson goes for the attack. Zhao again gets to dig. 50-50 ball. Pancaked. That was by Overby. And a great save by Overby, getting it to Robinson, who has 12 kills now, to her credit. Actually, check that, 11 kills. Probably will be 12 at some point. And we are tied here at 12. Go Hawks.
Ashley Robinson leads the team in total kills right now, and that is prominent. She's averaging 3.4 a set.
And number 12, Patton, is serving. As that one is sent into the net as Campion hits the attack air. 4 hits here. Patton's going to serve again, 13-12. Coyotes lead. So the next match is scheduled for 2:30. Might run late a little bit. Both teams need 40 minutes to warm up, rather.
This one might go 5 sets as well, so.
And even if it doesn't, probably will run late a little bit as Ashley Robinson's at the net to block it back. So now the momentum back in Cal State San Bernardino's hands as they're up by 2 once again as we go to a timeout. Broncos up 2-1, but Coyotes up 14-12 here in this 4th set, trying to force a 5th. We'll be right back.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here in Bellingham, Washington on Weeku Court. Match number 1 between 4th-seeded Cal Poly Pomona and 5th-seeded Cal State San Bernardino. This has been as close as a 4-5 match could be. Pomona up 2-1. Of course, somebody has to win 2 sets out of 3. But here in this 4th set, Cal State San Bernardino coming out of a Cal Poly Pomona timeout with another quick point, and they're up 15-12, and they're going to try to force a 5th set here.
Yeah, I mean, when your season's on the line, this is the set that could end it all. You, of course, are going to leave it all out there, and so far Cal State San Bernardino really wants to push it to that 5th set. They think they can get the advantage there.
Duke gets it deflected. On the attack, Robinson. Cross court, over to Campion, and that's a good dig by Patton, but a 50-50 ball, and McFarland is right there.
McFarland been playing really well all season, and in this game especially too. We've seen her just been a force there at that middle blocker spot. Really provided this defense that we've seen the Broncos play all night.
O'Shea back in the match now to serve. Cross court. Robinson dug out by Zhao. 50-50 ball. Moro Hunfala times it perfectly, and she gets the kill here, and Coyotes are up by 3. Actually, she'll get the block. It almost looked like a 50-50 ball, but it actually slightly went over the net. But she was right there to get it. Duke sends it through, and she continues to dominate at the net. 18 kills for Duke. And the Broncos now down 2.
And Daisy Duke back in the last week of September, first few days of October, she won the AVCA National Division II Player of the Week.
That one goes in as Robinson continues to have a great set as well. Robinson now with 12 kills to her credit. (17-14). Coyotes lead the Broncos. Asia Clark now in the match. On the attack. Overby right there. As that one goes right into the net. I believe it was blocked back. So the Broncos with the point. And it was blocked back by Caitlin Tucker. And Campion's going to serve.
Yeah, that's what Tucker does for this Pomona defense. She always provides that. She has been all season.
Maro Hunfala with the kill. 13 kills for her with a 500 hitting percentage. Actually, I believe she has 14 kills. Yes, she does. 520 hitting percentage. Unfortunately, Overby's serve goes wide. So service error on Cal State San Bernardino. Cal Poly Pomona now down by 2. Percival's going to serve as that one is right there. And from the naked eye, it looked like that was in. I mean, that's what I saw.
That's what I saw too.
And we'll see. And that serve is going to be challenged. So third challenge for Cal State San Bernardino in the match.
And so far in this fourth set right here, it's kind of been really back and forth for the last 10 points. Have gone 1-1, 1-1 to each side. So neither side really coming out and showing. It's been a competitive battle for both sides throughout this game. And so far in this fourth set, that could be a decider for one team. They've battled back and forth, so this challenge is going to mean a lot here. Of course, you got to use it if you're Cal State San Bernardino right there. Of course, from our position where we saw it, we thought it was in, but you never know what the officials are going to overturn or not. We saw the overturn earlier, surprisingly enough, but Cal State San Bernardino, I mentioned them earlier, being a really dynamic and versatile offense. That's been what we've seen so far. I mean, you have 3 players in double digits, and Patton Robinson, Maro Hunfala leading the group, of course, with 14 kills and a 520 hitting percentage. And then you also have Savannah Hoffman with 8 approaching there. It's a different story for the Broncos. Of course, Daisy Duke has really been, the offensive shine, 18 kills. And then we saw Madison Novak really come alive in the third set. Not much noise from her in this one. She still sits at 12 kills.
And we're going to see what the call on the court is, if it's overturned or if it stands. Let's see. And the call on the court stands. So, Cal State San Bernardino clinging to a 1-point lead now. Also 1 for 3 on challenges. As Percival is going to serve. Overby right there. Cross court to Hoffman as that was blocked and sent back. McFarland as well as Mueller at the net, and we are tied here at 18.
It's really just been the story for Pomona, and all season this is what they do. They force their opponents to, make hitting errors and play really good defense at the net.
Duke with the dig, but Garciglia with the point, and the Coyotes take a 1-point lead. And it looks like Kylie Thomas is going to come into the match to replace Garciglia. And so far, Thomas has appeared in 3 sets now, coming in usually later in the matches. I mean, later in the sets, rather. Kylie Thomas, the sophomore from San Bernardino. McFarland right there. Cross court. Patton missed time to jump a little bit. A little bit of a tough set by McFarland. She hits it into the net, so Cal State San Bernardino now with a 2-point lead here in this fourth set.
And there's that service specialist we've seen for Cal State San Bernardino, finding herself Kylie Thomas in there.
Cross court over the Hoffman, dug out by Duke. And that is how they play it, and that's going to be a replay because it hit the backboard when it's up. And that is the rule, because if it hits the top of the ceiling, it's playable, but if it hits the roof, check that, if it hits the backboard, that is a replay of a point. On the attack, at the net, Patton sends it back, 21-18. Cal State San Bernardino with a 3-point advantage. Thomas is going to serve again. Thomas now serving it for 3 straight points as it was tied at 18. And then when she came into the match, it was 19-18. She's going to serve again. Like we mentioned earlier, Vikings have Abby May as someone who does that from time to time. Actually, he's kind of been doing that all season long. Novak on the attack. Deflected. Tried to dump it over, but Patton's right there to block it back, 22-18.
And this is what we've seen in all these sets. I mean, they're really close to start, and once you get into this 20-point range, one team really comes alive and takes advantage, dominates for that last few couple of points, and they find themselves winning the set. We saw the Coyotes do that in the first set, and they're trending towards it here in the fourth one to extend it to a fifth.
Novak on the attack, and San Bernardino is incredibly efficient at the net in this set. That's going to be 4 hits. Actually, it wasn't 4 hits. I'm not really sure how that wasn't, but Patton is coming alive. She is in the zone right now.
Coming off the block, gets her 12th kill. 3 blocks, 12 kills, 14 points for her. Just one behind Fola, who's the team leader.
And I guess that's how you can protest maybe a missed call, is to just win the point anyway. Cross court, Hoffman sends it through, and we're tied. Actually, check that, we're not tied up. That is the 24th point. I know it was a 25th point. 24th point, 24-18, Cal State San Bernardino. At set point, trying to force this to a 5th set, which is not incredibly surprising given these two teams.
6 straight points for the Coyotes.
It was tied at 18, and Novak bounces back. 24-19, and this is a single elimination tournament here, so win or go home. Just like any type of NCAA tournament. I guess not any type, not the College World Series for baseball, but it is a win or go home, survive and advance. On the attack, gets it right back to Patton, deflects it again. Duke on the attack, deflected. Over B right there. Cross court to Hoffman, and that is a good dig. Out of system play, Hoffman tries it again, and another good dig to keep it alive. Percival keeps it alive. Cross court, Patton mistimes the jump, but just gets enough on it to get it over the net. And that's how this set is gonna end. We are going to a 5th and final set, 5th and deciding set here at Weeku Court on the campus of Western Washington University for this 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament, match number 1. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And for college sports.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess. An incredible finish by home.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org.
And welcome back to Weeku Court on the campus of Western Washington University for the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here on the campus of Western Washington University. I'm Sean Church alongside Zen Hill. First match of the tournament has been a thriller so far. 4 and 5 seeds, 4 seed Cal Poly Pomona against 5 seed Cal State San Bernardino. Both in the same conferences, tied at 2 sets apiece, and we're in the 5th set. Zen, let's quickly go over some stats from the first 4 sets.
Yeah, so throughout this game so far, it's been, relatively close now. I mean, after that set, Cal State, San Bernardino evened it up. Both teams haven't really been that efficient. On 163 for the Coyotes, 194 hitting percentage for the Broncos, but it's a back-and-forth battle. We've seen some really long sets, some really good blocks from both sides. I mean, Cal Poly Pomona with 22 total blocks. Coyotes unable to match that with only 14, but we're tied up. We're in a 5th set now, and it's going to be competitive here. Both teams have played really well, so we're going to see who advances to tomorrow to play at 5 o'clock.
And sometimes hitting percentages can be a little deceiving when it comes down to it. Not a whole lot of errors being made, but when it comes down to the attacking, but just some fantastic defense and some great rallies can really destroy your hitting percentage. That's why it gives, athletes and players just like Mauro Hunfala credit for having a 520 hitting percentage and 14 kills. Only 1 attack error, but everybody else still doing a pretty good job. Just some great defense and digs as that one goes wide.
Yeah, I mean, both teams, Pomona is already at 106 total team digs, and Coyotes at 92 approaching, so both almost at that 100 mark, as well as both teams having successful block attempts. So
and I apologize, sorry about that, Zen, but actually that last point wasn't wide. Cal Poly Pomona had the deflection and went out of bounds, so they take a 1-0 lead. And they get a block right at the net by Duke and Tucker, so it is 2-0.
So in the possibility that the Coyotes do move on and win this set, likely we'll see Alaska Anchorage, who has been dominant all season, of course, the 1 seed.
And an ace. 3-0 as O'Shea.
So as I was saying, the last time that the Coyotes faced off against Alaska Anchorage was in 2019. to play to advance in the semis, which was to the West Regional Final. Coyotes availed in that one.
And it is a 4-0 Bronco lead to start this 5th set. And we're going to go to a timeout. Just like that, the Broncos on top by 4. We'll be right back.
To them, the whole world looks like an opportunity, one to be seized, built upon, and made better for their sport and the people around it. To student athletes, every opportunity is a chance to change what could be and show the world what opportunity can do.
And welcome back to the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Tournament here at Western Washington University, Weeku Court. Match number 1, day number 1. 4 versus 5 in the region. Cal Poly Pomona taking on Cal State San Bernardino. We're here in the 5th set as that one goes wide. They're asking for the deflection. They're not going to get it. But this game has been incredibly close. But with that being said, the Broncos are up 5-0 here in this 5th set.
And in a short set, you can't afford to go down huge like this to start it. You don't have as much time to bring it back.
And that was a good effort by Zhao, but Cal Poly Pomona giving up their first point of the set so far. They still lead 5-1 as McFarland comes in and out for the rotation and Percival comes in for the Broncos, and serving it for the Coyotes is Marley Nunley. And she sends it long, so it is 6-1, and they're almost to the point now where they're going to switch benches. Daisy Duke is going to serve. Duke has 20 kills. Service error. And at this point, Coyotes will take it. They'll take any point they can get. So they're down 6-2.
Yeah, they got a lucky break right there after they made the service error for Daisy Duke to make one as well. Broncos have only committed 8. Coyotes 7 service errors, so both teams kind of even in that, matching them.
And that one goes long. So 2 service errors and one more point for the Broncos, and they're going to switch benches here as Campion comes in there to serve. Also Tucker's on the court, as well as Novak, Mueller. Right at the net. A great job to keep that alive, and they're going to get, and I'm not quite sure what the call is on that one.
Yeah, I'm unsure. I didn't catch what might have been the violation right there, but
and the card, and actually, it looks like they are going to switch sides here. I thought so. I thought it was a switch side at 8 kind of thing.
yeah, I think it was just, a little skip right there from the referees to make the motion to call it, but coaches realized it and they got it, switching sides.
That'd be the only thing I would do well as an official, is to tell people when to switch sides. With that said, Cal Poly Pomona up 8-2. There's not really a break here. They just switch sides. 7 points away from moving on for Cal Poly Pomona. Cross court. Novak sends it through. And it's pretty insane here how the momentum just shifted between sets. as we're going to go to another timeout. Cal Poly Pomona up 9-2 here in the 5th set. We'll be right back.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Dear college sports,
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us
And for college sports.
And welcome back. Set number 5, match number 1, day number 1 at the 2022 Division II Women's Volleyball Championship Tournament. First match, number 4, Cal Poly Pomona against number 5, Cal State San Bernardino. 5th set, Broncos are up 9-2. Quick point, though, for Cal State San Bernardino. Maro Humphala has 15 kills now, still a great hitting percentage at .464. Cross court, tough set. Patton sends it through. 2 straight points coming out of the timeout. So that's exactly what the Coyotes need in order to come back and win this match, because first to 15 wins. Little different kind of energy here as Patton sends it through again. And I wouldn't be surprised if Cal Poly Pomona called a timeout here. And they do. 9-5, Cal Poly Pomona leads, but 3-0 run right before the timeout. And we're actually going to stay here as Cal Poly Pomona clings to a 4-point lead. And then Coyotes, with the history that they have being in the CCAA, kind of shocking to see them as a 5 seed. It's kind of like seeing Alabama football not in the top 2 or 3, but they still have a very good chance of coming back and advancing. But Cal Poly Pomona still in the driver's seat.
Yeah, throughout their history, they've been kind of the, one of those dynasty teams, especially in the CCAA, dominating for most of it. But Cal Poly Pomona, of course, upsetting them in the semis. Definitely shifted that narrative towards this season, at least, for Cal Poly to come out really strong. And so far in this match, it's been evenly matched up. We're in the 5th set, and Cal Poly Pomona started off this one really strong. But the Coyotes have bounced back for sure.
And we're waiting for the timeout here. Clock. And we're underway. Overby, the transfer from Fairbanks, serving. Pomona gets it over. Tapped over again, and that is a great dig by Campion. Cross court. Novak tries to send it middle. Clark digs it out. Cross court again. Hoffman. Percival right there. Over the Duke. Tries the middle of the court. Overby. Gets it over Garciglia. There we go. And she gets the point, so 4 straight points for the Coyotes.
Despite some great defense being played right there from Samantha Campion, is all we've seen throughout the night. Bernardino capitalizes.
And Tucker bounces back with a point. And even though Pomona has a 4-point lead, they really needed that point right there.
Yeah, really needed it. Great job, of course. I mentioned Campion, 34 digs on the match so far. She's only a sophomore for this team, a transfer from College of Charleston, where she played libero freshman year. Right now has a career high for digs.
And on that attack, it actually went on the outside or even deflected off the antenna. I believe it hit it.
Must have just clipped it right there.
11-6, so 2 straight points as Percival goes for it on the serve. Cross court, Hoffman on the attack, dug out by Duke, and that is a great hustle point. Duke again goes for it. Great job by Patton, but that was dug out again. Dumped over, and a great veteran move by Nunley. You see Nunley and Mueller, who had a couple of really good digs in these last couple of rallies, really show their intelligence when it comes down to choosing when to dump it over, when not to. You try it too much, they'll see it coming. You never do it, it won't benefit you at all. As Novak sends it through, 12-7. Cal Poly Pomona now 3 points away from taking this match and moving on.
Madison Novak, 15 kills. Been that second option to Daisy Duke, but both of them really good for the Pomona squad, leading to this 5th set lead.
That one is deflected. Actually, it says it's in. We'll see this replay here. Not really sure.
Seemed like it kind of hooked left like a slider.
And we're going to see here if there is a challenge here. And there is. And this will be the first challenge of the match for Tracy Dahl.
Yeah, and I mean, it comes in the 5th set where...
Might as well.
Yeah, exactly. Can't take them home.
Especially when there's no, you can't take them home. There's no real, I guess you could say, you know, nothing really happens to you if you don't get them, other than just losing the point. But Coach Turnus already used her 3, successful with one of them. But Coach Dahl trying to see here, because this would be huge. Call on the court is that it would be point Cal State San Bernardino, but if it's able to get overturned, it makes it a 13-7 advantage, and then you're only 2 points away from advancing. So smart move by Coach Dahl, but also this could be definitely a heartbreaking move if it's overturned for San Bernardino.
So far in this 5th set, Cal Poly Pomona has looked like the more dominant team, but Cal State San Bernardino still staying in it, only down by 4 despite being out hit 176 to 445 in this set. Cal State San Bernardino has had more attempts though, so more likely chances to get defended and lower that percentage, but this set approaches the end. We're at a 2:30 mark, so the match following this was scheduled for 2:30, Alaska Anchorage versus Chaminade, but that, of course, is going to be pushed back. Winner of this match will play the winner of that one following this match, and then, of course, we'll have the other CCAA teams play 5 o'clock, and then followed by the Western Washington Central rivalry. So whoever wins this match, despite 4 teams from the CCAA being in this tournament, they will be forced to play an unfamiliar opponent, either from the GNAC or the Pac West. We'll see what this challenge outcome is going to be, though.
And the call on the court is overturned, so point Cal Poly Pomona. And you can't take those home with you, those challenges. And what's my saying, Zen?
You try to take them home every night, right?
Yes,
they don't let you.
I do. And actually, I get reprimanded. But Coach Dahl uses her first challenge of the match in a vital time, and Broncos are now 2 points away from taking this match. Tapped over, cross court. Novak tries to get it, and that's a good block again by San Bernardino. They do not want to leave. But Novak gets a kill, and Novak second on the team now in kills, and she's actually tied for second with Patton for a game high. Daisy Duke, of course, with 20. We are at match point here. And a great way to start this tournament off, no matter what the outcome is. 5 sets. For those of you tuning in to Cal, actually check that. And that's how this match is going to end. I'll finish that thought in just a couple seconds here. But Cal Poly Pomona moves on. And they're going to face the winner of this next match, Alaska Anchorage and Chaminade. But congratulations to Cal State San Bernardino and another fantastic season. They will finish the season with a record of 20-7, which, believe it or not, is one of their lowest victory totals in recent memory, but that does not mean that they did not have a successful season. Anybody who gets to the regional tournament is deserving, and a fantastic volleyball team, and they almost had it, Zen, but just too much from Cal Poly Pomona, especially in the 5th set.
Yeah, I mean, from both teams, they played phenomenal matches. Each side should be proud of themselves. I mean, one going home, sadly, but the Broncos moving on, looking to their next game. Both teams played some phenomenal defense. That's really what it was. It wasn't, a bad offense despite the low hitting percentage. As you mentioned earlier, it's just really good defense being played. Both teams being able to dig out those attacks and keep, some really long rallies alive that we saw, as well as Cal Poly Pomona playing really good at the net, 24 blocks. Really strong performance by then, and then, of course, Daisy Duke coming out, 21 kills, gets them the victory, and they're going to move on here. They will play Friday, of course, tomorrow at 5.
And we're going to go on to the next match starting, and I believe in about 40 minutes. Zen and I will be on the mic again, but we're going to take a break here. But final score, Cal Poly Pomona advances in 5 sets. Alaska Anchorage will take on Chaminade in 40 minutes. We'll be back.